Welcome back to Stock 101, the series where we break down the stock market into simple, bite-sized pieces that anyone can understand. In our last episode, we covered beta and volatility, exploring how much a stock tends to jump and dive compared to the broader market. We go one step deeper into the visual map of a stock's price journey by looking at a metric you will see on almost every financial website: the 52-week high and low. If you have never bought a single stock in your life, or if you feel completely overwhelmed by the rows of flashing green and red numbers on your screen, let me stop you right there and ask you to take a deep breath. You do not need a finance degree, you do not need a background in advanced mathematics, and you absolutely do not need to memorize a dictionary of Wall Street jargon to master this. This channel is built specifically for complete beginners. We start from absolute ground zero, assuming no prior knowledge, and we walk through every concept step by step, like two friends chatting over a cup of coffee. We are going to tackle a massive question that trips up even intermediate investors. Does a stock that is sitting near its 52-week high have to fall back down? Conversely, is a stock sitting at its 52-week low guaranteed to be a bargain that is ready to bounce back? By the end of this video, you will be able to do 4 key things. First, you will understand exactly how the rolling 52-week range is calculated and why the boundaries are constantly shifting. Second, you will be able to locate where a stock's current price sits within that range. Third, you will know how to separate historical price boundaries from the actual value of a business. And finally, you will be able to use this range as a powerful piece of context to make smarter, more confident observations. You are going to walk away from this lesson looking at stock charts with a whole new level of clarity. Let us start by defining our core term for the 52-week range. When you look up a stock on any financial portal, you will almost always see a section labeled 52-week range, 52-week high, or 52-week low. What does this actually mean? Simply put, the 52-week low and high represent the lowest and highest prices at which a stock has traded over a rolling one-year window. Because there are 52 weeks in a calendar year, this metric gives us a complete look at the extreme high points and extreme low points of the stock's price over the past 12 months. The most important word to remember here is rolling. This is not a static snapshot taken on the first day of January and kept the same until the end of December. Instead, think of this window as a moving spotlight that is exactly 365 days wide. Every single day that the stock market opens, the spotlight moves forward by 1 day. As a new trading day enters the front of the spotlight, the oldest day from exactly 1 year ago drops out of the back of the spotlight. Because of this rolling mechanism, the boundaries of the 52-week range can change even if the stock price does not do anything dramatic. For example, if a stock had a massive one-day surge exactly 1 year ago, and that high price drops out of our rolling 12-month window, the 52-week high will instantly drop to whatever the next highest price was during the remaining period. The boundaries are constantly updating, reflecting only the most recent 12 months of history. To make this concept stick, let us use a real-world analogy that has nothing to do with finance: the local weather. Imagine you live in a city where you want to keep track of the temperature extremes. You decide to track the lowest temperature and the highest temperature recorded over a rolling one-year window. If the highest temperature recorded in your city over the past 12 months was 100 degrees and the lowest temperature recorded was 20 degrees, your 52-week temperature range is 20 degrees to 100 degrees. This range tells us a lot about the past year. It tells us that the weather has been as cold as 20 degrees and as hot as 100 degrees. But here is the golden rule. Does this historical range forecast what temperature will be? If temperature is 95 degrees, which is very close to the high end of our range, does that mean the temperature is forced to drop? Of course not. A heat wave could come in and push the temperature to 105 degrees, establishing a brand new high. Similarly, if the temperature drops to 25 degrees, close to our low, it does not mean the weather has to warm up immediately. A cold front could stall over the city, keeping things freezing for weeks, or even dropping the temperature to 15 degrees, setting a new low. The temperature range merely describes the past window. It does not dictate or forecast the next reading. Now, if you want to know exactly where a stock's current price sits within its 52-week range, there is a simple formula we can use to calculate its relative position. Do not worry, this is basic arithmetic that you can do on any smartphone calculator. To find the range position as a percentage, you take the current price of the stock and subtract the 52-week low. Then, you take that result and divide it by the total size of the range. which is the 52-week high minus the 52-week low. Let us break that down with a simple, hypothetical example. Imagine a stock has a 52-week low of $50 and a 52-week high of $100. The total width of our range is $100 minus $50, which gives us $50. Now, let us say the current price of this stock is $75. To use our formula, we take our current price of $75 and subtract the 52-week low of $50, leaving us with $25. We then divide that $25 by the total range width of $50. 25 divided by 50 is 0.5 or 50%. This tells us that the stock is sitting exactly in the middle of its 52-week range. If the current price were $90, we would subtract 50 from 90, leaving us with 40. 40 divided by 50 is 0.8 or 80%. That tells us the stock is trading near the top of its yearly range. This percentage gives us instant, descriptive context about where the current price sits relative to its recent history. Now let us read the verified comparison exactly as it appears on screen. Every value comes from one production snapshot, and missing fields remain unavailable rather than estimated. For ASML, ASML holding NV, New York Re, the field is current price, and the verified value is $1,747.58. Verified range, $683.48 low to $1,999.96 high. For SPY, State Street SPDR S&P 500 ETF, the field is current price, and the verified value is $743.29. Verified range, $619.29 low to $760.40 high. For NVDA Corporation, the field is current price, and the verified value is $202.81. Verified range, $164.07 low to $236.54 high. Compare the current price with both boundaries, but keep the conclusion narrow. The range records 3 price observations inside a rolling window. It does not reveal the sequence, cause, valuation, or direction of the next move. The 52-week range is historical context, not proof that a stock is cheap or expensive. This brings us to the most dangerous trap that beginner investors fall into when they first discover the 52-week range. It is an incredibly easy mistake to make, and it stems from how we make decisions in our everyday lives. When you go shopping for clothes or groceries, you are trained to look for sales. If you see a winter coat that normally costs $200 marked down to $80, you recognize that as a bargain. You think, this is cheap, I should buy it now before the price goes back up. If you see that same coat priced at $250, you think, this is expensive, I will wait for the price to drop. It is completely natural to try and apply this exact same logic to the stock market. A beginner looks at a stock chart, sees that the 52-week high is $100, and notices the current price has dropped to $51, right near the 52-week low of $50. The beginner's brain immediately screams, bargain! The stock is on sale. It is cheap because it is near its low, and it is highly likely to go back up to its high. At the same time, they might look at a stock trading at $99, right next to its 52-week high of $100, and think, this is too expensive. It has run up too much, it has no room left to grow, and it is bound to crash back down. This is a classic investing trap. In the stock market, calling a stock cheap simply because it is near its yearly low, or calling it expensive simply because it is near its yearly high, can lead to devastating financial mistakes. To understand why, we have to look at the actual business behind the ticker symbol. A stock price does not move in a vacuum. It moves because of the underlying performance of the company, changing economic conditions, industry trends, and investor sentiment. Let us tell a quick story to illustrate this. Imagine a beginner investor named Sarah. Sarah sees a retail company trading at $10 per share. She looks at the 52-week range and sees the high was $50 and the low was $9. Sarah thinks to herself, wow, this stock is trading almost at its 52-week low. It is practically on sale at an 80% discount from its high. If it just goes back halfway to its high, I will make a massive profit. This is a no-brainer. She buys the stock. What Sarah did not do was check the events behind that drop. If she had looked at the company's recent financial filings or news reports, she would have discovered that the company was losing millions of dollars. Their main product line had become obsolete, and they were buried under a mountain of debt they could not pay back. The stock was near its 52-week low because the business was fundamentally failing. Over the next few months, instead of bouncing back, the company's financial health deteriorated even further. The stock price dropped to $5, establishing a brand new 52-week low. Because the 52-week window is rolling, the old high of $50 eventually dropped out of the spotlight, and the new range became $5 to $12. Sarah's bargain turned into a 50% loss because she confused a low price with a cheap valuation. Meanwhile, another investor might have looked at a technology company trading at $95, right near its 52-week high of $98. A beginner might avoid this stock, fearing it is too expensive. But a closer look at the company's fundamentals would show that their revenues are growing by 40% every year, they have zero debt, and their products are in higher demand than ever before. As the company continues to perform exceptionally well, the stock price climbs to $110, then $120, continuously setting new 52-week highs. The stock was trading near its high because the business was outstanding and expanding rapidly. To avoid this trap, you must use the right approach. When you see a stock trading near its 52-week high or low, do not make an immediate assumption. Instead, use that observation as a starting point for further research. First, check the events behind the high and low. Did the stock drop to its low because of a temporary market-wide panic? Or is there a deep, structural issue within the company itself? Did the stock surge to its high because of a short-term hype cycle? Or is it supported by strong, sustainable earnings growth? Second, compare the 52-week range with the company's actual fundamentals and official filings. Look at their revenue, their net income, and their debt levels over time. And third, always remember that the window rolls every single trading day. A high price from 11 months ago will soon disappear from the calculation, completely changing the look of the range. A range position is descriptive historical context. It is not an entry signal, an exit signal, or a valuation rule. To put this into practice, there is one simple, observable research check you can perform on any stock you are interested in. When you look at the 52-week range, find the exact dates when the stock hit its high and its low over the past year. Once you have those dates, do a quick search for news articles, press releases, or company earnings reports published on or around those specific dates. This simple exercise will instantly reveal what major events, product announcements, or financial results caused investors to buy or sell the stock so aggressively at those points. It transforms a pair of dry, static numbers into a living, breathing story of the company's recent history, helping you understand the forces that drive its price movements without guessing or making dangerous assumptions. As we wrap up lesson, let us summarize the 3 key takeaways you should carry with you. First, the 52-week range is a rolling, 12-month snapshot of a stock's highest and lowest traded prices. Because it is a rolling window, the boundaries are dynamic and will change as old trading days drop out of the past and new trading days enter the present. Second, the position of a stock within its 52-week range is purely descriptive historical context. It tells you where the price is relative to its recent journey, but it is not a valuation metric. A stock near its 52-week high is not automatically expensive, and a stock near its 52-week low is not automatically cheap. Third, to avoid the beginner trap of buying a failing business or missing out on a growing one, you must look at the fundamental events and financial filings behind those price extremes. For your forward application, the next time you look up a stock, whether it is ASML, NVDA, or